Brotherhood is not affiliated or associated with Planned Planet Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is a registered trademark of Planned Parenthood Federation of America Incorporated.
When I wake up and I comb my hair and stuff, and it's wet,
And your clock is out of order.
yeah, it's sticking to my head a lot, and I'm like, okay, it looks dumb now, but when it dries, like it'll look just how I want it, and it does every day. It looks just how I want it. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, on like how much is it time to get my hair cut? Where do you think I'm at?
I don't know, because you've been saying that regardless of what my opinion is, you were going to give it a year, like as of 2 months ago.
Well, 2 full years.
2 full years?
A year from then, yeah.
Okay, so you've already been letting it grow for more than a year?
Yeah, like there's a
That doesn't seem right to me.
There's a picture of me like on Christmas of 2007. Wait, 2008. Christmas 2008, and I had a haircut. And if you look at that picture, or if I look at that picture, I remember that I had just had a haircut, and that was my last haircut.
Okay. How do you feel about your long hair? Why are you backing out now?
I like it a lot, but
I like it too. It makes me miss mine because I just recently got my haircut after letting
Right,
it go well
but
over a year.
But your long hair is way different from my long hair.
Better.
Like, yeah.
You said different, you mean better.
Yeah, I do. Like, I wish I had that kind of long hair.
It's because I
I
embrace the curl better than you do.
Well, I don't fight the curl. I don't have naturally curly hair. I mean, it's pretty wavy. It's curly in the back the way it is.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I put a little shit in my hair, but it doesn't get curly the way yours did. And I'm like in the middle because I also wouldn't mind if it was straight and I could look like Ethan Hawke in the movie Alive.
Haven't you taken a straight iron to your hair a time or two?
I've done that.
And it turned out not well, right?
Well, I mean, if I had...
I know you were going for that Reed from Criminal Minds look, which explains your sweater today.
If I had straight hair like that, then I would get my hair cut differently. But as it is, I haven't got my hair cut at all because I'm in a weird image. So it's like...
Your work doesn't care about your hair
I
right now?
tuck my hair behind my ears. I'll probably have to put it in a ponytail pretty soon.
I was thinking hairnet.
See,
ponytail?
No, you don't wear a hairnet in the bar. That's ridiculous.
I remember when we were doing when we were contemplating what are we gonna wear, what are we gonna look like for the live show, the mansion show that we did, and you said I'm gonna wear a Planned Brotherhood T-shirt, which is already a bad idea.
I did it.
Overkill.
That's what I did.
You did, but you didn't do the ponytail, which you threatened to do.
Yeah, I was gonna do flat iron my hair in a ponytail. I think I was just embarrassed with so many people there. I decided not to go through with that part.
I was too drunk to be embarrassed.
I was very nervous. But yeah, and I can kind of put it in the ponytail the way it is. I feel like it's time to cut my hair, but in case anyone's wondering, I think I'm going to go all the way till 2011.
I think listeners should let us know. Although nobody knows what we look like, really.
Yeah.
Unless they were there for that live show. We're pretty secretive about our appearances. I don't need people falling in love with me left and right.
That's true. And I also...
You're married. You don't need that temptation.
I don't know if it's the same for boys and girls, but anytime I see like a 14, 15-year-old girl in a Sears catalog, I'm like, first I think like that poor girl, she's a model. Yeah, she's in a Sears catalog, but she didn't blow up the way she probably thought she would. You following me?
Yeah, unless that's her first gig. If she's been trying since she was 2 and is only in a Sears catalog.
It's a pretty low stepping stone. But also, you got to know that poor 15-year-old girl, someone out there is jerking off to that picture.
Oh, yeah. Sears catalog was big for me.
Yeah.
In my peak years.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like gross teenage boys and then like gross older men. I don't know if putting my picture on the internet, if I have to worry about that, but
Let me ask you
it's
this.
weird to have it out there.
I'm surely you've heard of it by now. Chat roulette. What's your feelings on it? Do you
I
know what it is?
yeah,
It's
it
a
was.
lot of jerking off from what I hear.
Is
I don't
it
have
really?
I don't have a webcam, so I don't know.
It was described to me.
I can't be the creep that comes in there without a webcam. Let me just look at you.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
That's
Okay,
probably a requirement.
it was described to me by a friend at work as like
A lot of jerking off.
hilarious.
That was me.
No,
And we
really?
don't work together.
So have you had successful jerk off sessions with chat roulette?
I've never been on there. I'm
Oh.
just telling you what I've heard.
Well, no, it's
If I had a webcam, I would have tried it by now, and maybe I would have seen something that brought me to that
I've
point.
heard the opposite. In fact,
I hear 80% of it is guys jerking off.
I don't think so.
Like their cocks are right out
No,
on camera.
Dude, I checked it out without a webcam.
You did?
Yeah,
You
and
can
it's
do that? Let's do that now.
it's nothing. Yeah, we can do that right
Okay.
now.
Anyway, tell me about it first, and then we'll do it.
It's nothing. It's from what I saw, it was just people looking into their webcam, and there's
I'm sure that's what a lot of it
No,
is,
no.
but you can click right out. That's the great
Yeah.
conceit.
yeah, but and mostly people like I think they see if you don't have a webcam, and they just log off. Like user is logged
Yeah,
off.
you do have a
users-
webcam though, right? We should put on
I
some.
haven't, I haven't used it on chat roulette.
Doesn't your kid have some Halloween masks or something laying around in the closet?
We can go on chat roulette right now in my webcam.
I'm kind of curious to check it out.
But from what I saw, I mean, it's just that there's warnings all over the place, like no explicit material.
but that's all it
report
is.
explicit material.
That's all it is. It's like entering your birthday when you're 13 and just
Nah,
adding 4 years
I
to
don't
watch
think
that
so.
trailer. Yeah,
I see it as more of like a
You're wrong,
webcammy
dude.
Facebook. A webcammy Facebook. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean, but I heard what you said.
It's just like a social.
No,
there's,
it's not.
There's
It's not.
probably ways that you can get through chat roulette, like talk to the same person every day. They'll make a documentary about it.
I
when
say
you kill her.
I say the experiment is we give this 10 minutes on mic. It'll be pared down to less than that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'll bet within that 10 minutes we see some guy's cock.
Oh yeah, no way. You want to do it?
Let's take a cigarette break first.
All right, let's do it.
ROFLMFAO.
Oh, I kind of like being off in the distance here.
Welcome to the world of chat roulette. It already sounds like a Nintendo game. Click new game to start the game. Sounds more like a Nintendo game.
Yeah. Why do they call it a game?
It does say rules are 16 plus, no nudity. Click report or press F2 to report bad stuff.
Do you think we look like identical gay getting off brothers? Like I'm looking at our video capture right here.
We
First
look,
of all, it's only our silhouettes, which is
yeah,
interesting.
we look like America's most wanted witnesses.
We should warble our voices.
Yeah.
Can they hear us? That's another thing I'm wondering.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It doesn't say anything about if their sound or
I
not.
thought this was old hat for you, no?
Clean chat log. Unclick that. We don't want that.
No. Let's do this.
You're ready to enter this world. Connecting. We disconnected.
Okay, you're closer
Oh, it's
than
a
I am.
couch.
It's a couch. Is there jerking off going on? No, there's nothing.
All
It's
right.
just a
How do you
couch.
move on? Next.
We should have done a rehearsal.
Yeah, where are we going with
Oh.
this? Oh my God.
No, this is obviously just well, let's let you describe the scene.
Let's report bad stuff. This is a woman
don't
on
be
a
that
dildo. What did it say? F4?
Why would you do that? You're just a buzzkill. This is obviously, first of all, that's obviously pre-recorded tape of something.
Look.
Oh, a cock immediately. I told you 10 minutes.
That's
It was
live.
10 seconds.
Sir,
That is. Look
can
at
you
how
hear us?
pointy it is.
Can you hear us?
No, he can't hear us.
If you can hear us, click to the next
Oh my
user.
God, he doesn't even care that he's seeing us.
Oh my
This is
God.
disgusting.
He was
Pete,
seeing
how long
us?
did that take? I won whatever bet that was.
Yeah.
Did we put money on that?
This is amazing. I swear, when you don't have a webcam, next. This is boring.
Also, you're in charge of reading any chat we get. We gotta start saying some fucked up shit to these people.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this guy.
Hey, sir, can you hear us?
No, he can't hear us. Obviously,
He looks
he
like
seems mesmerized.
Christopher Plintz Moss.
With a little Down syndrome, or
The-
does he have it too?
That's right. I didn't call him McLovin, you'll know.
Okay, so you're skipping along. Be sure to report what you're doing here,
Oh yeah, sorry.
and also let's start talking mad shit.
I'm sorry. Can I move along?
Yeah. If I tell you to stop, though, then stop. That guy, was that as hard as he got, too? That guy before? I can't get it out of my head now.
What do you mean? Is that as hard as he got?
I don't know. It looked like he was working.
What
a
is
little
this?
too
This is snuff.
hard. Is it? What is that, a goat?
You know, I take back everything I said. I swear. I'm
Oh,
gonna.
we got disconnected from that one,
Oh
whatever
my
they were doing.
God. Maybe they can hear us.
I don't think they can. If we were a live show, this would be nipped in the bud by now. I'm almost positive they couldn't hear us, though. And I like that whenever you're leaning in to check something out, it's only your face on the webcam to them.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
buddy.
howdy.
Hi, buddy.
Can you hear us, buddy?
It does look like Justin Bieber.
Yeah, a little bit. That's
Oh.
why I said howdy.
We should be taking screenshots. Can you? All right, I say hi. Look, it's a picture of me. Saying
Oh,
hi.
that is so fucking creepy. This
Hi.
is. Are we gonna get a hi back from this bitch or what?
I don't know. Is that?
Is that a guy or a girl?
I can't tell.
I was excited at first, but maybe he just has dainty features. What is this, a dick? Is that a dick? Whatever it was, they switched up. I'm guessing it was a dick.
Oh
Oh,
man,
he clicked off so
Immediate
fast. Is it
disconnect.
because I laughed at his goatee? He
That
saw
guy-
me laughing
That guy
at
was
it.
handsome. He looked like Sean Hayes.
And he was wearing like the James Dean rolled up cigarette almost in his short sleeve.
Laying down in his couch.
He was ready to jerk off though. Tell me he wasn't. That's
Yeah.
all anybody's in it for.
I bet he had a glass
That
of
and
red wine.
podcast fodder. That's the only. What is this? Is that a vagina or a
I
comforter?
think it's an arm on a comforter.
Okay. You got to start moving on from people. We got to be dominant in this situation sometimes.
We have somebody.
He's not even paying attention to us.
maybe his webcam's off to the side, or
In
maybe he's reading a magazine.
that case, why hasn't he switched off of us yet?
Hi. Well, he's not paying attention.
Why are you saying hi to this guy?
He's looking.
Wait
at
till
his
we get a
homework.
lady.
Hi.
You are a fag. Oh no, what happened to our picture? I gotta get more in the shot. That's why people aren't sticking around. Give him one of these. I'm jerking off for the list.
What if we were committed enough to jerk off on here? Would you do it? Would you be into it?
We'd have to have like 10 minutes of alone
If
time.
we saw like the perfect girl on there.
I don't think either of us
Oh, hi.
quit
Oh,
saying
he
hi to all the
clicked off
guys.
us.
Of course he did. And you can see like creepily running towards the keyboard every time.
Well, I've already got it pre-typed now. So.
We need to see more ladies. The guy to girl ratio has been ridiculous. Look
yeah,
at this
what do
guy.
you think? Hi.
Okay, Jim from the office, why don't you make another cute wink into the camera?
I said hi. Let's see. if
Quit
this
saying
is
hi
on
to
there.
him.
I want to he. You look like Goofy, so if you can hear me.
He can't hear you.
Like
Wouldn't we
Goofy
be able to
the
hear
dog.
him? Look at him
He's
though.
not even blinking. This is a total. It's a still shot of a man.
If that's the case, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
He seemed really, really intent on us otherwise.
He did. It's like something Jim
What-
from The Office would do.
What if we found somebody that was such a fan of Planned Brotherhood that they recognized us by our faces?
Hmm.
And they knew they were part of this project?
Unlikely.
I'm waiting for Palo next. Palo, you better be there and you better be jerking off. I don't feel like we gave them a proper plug, but we're being sponsored by chatroulette.com this week.
Yeah, their site is just marvelous.
It's overcrowded, man, because everybody's talking about it.
If it's overcrowded, how come we can't get a connection to anybody?
Because your internet has always sucked at this house?
But it's the best it's ever been right now. This should be working.
God, look at this guy.
We've seen this guy before. Is he moving? Oh, okay. Let's say hi.
Is he moving? He hasn't moved. Oh, yeah.
He's moving, man. He's cool. What's up, man?
Oh, man. It's
Oh,
so
why would
rude.
he disconnect? No
It's
one
true
says
that
hi back. If someone said
waiting-
hi to that guy on the street,
We got to catch a lady and see if she'll say hi to us, because the one lady that we saw so far, we weren't even sure was.
yeah.
We need one legit boob shot before we give this up. Look at this guy.
This guy next.
This guy is weirder looking.
I reject you.
That guy deserved to be rejected. Get a life,
He
fella.
looked like he was looking for two guys to be friends with.
I like that you're finally taking control.
Oh, I can't.
A kitty. Just a still shot of a kitty. And the still shot of the kitty canceled out on us, or was that you?
No, that's me, man.
Oh, nice
that
top
was
of your
Nick
head,
Orlando. I swear to Christ, that was Nick Orlando.
guy. And he knew quick. Gotta get out of here.
No.
Come on. And everybody with the same polo shirt.
Dorm room.
Oh,
I was gonna say
you
hi,
beat a
Eric
punch.
Moebius.
Yeah, let's start trash talking these bitches.
Wait,
B-Day
We don't
used
even
to be
have enough
so good at
time.
this. Oh my God, this guy. Does
Wow.
you think he exists?
wow.
He's gone already.
Next.
Dude, do you think if we came on at a different time during the day, there'd be some ladies?
These guys are.
They're all at work.
They're quick with their. By the time I can even think about nexting them, I'm gone.
Next time, don't focus on nexting them. Focus on slamming them in the chat room before they can click out
All right.
as fast as you can, and make it funny. I swear, it must be Polo Shirt Day nationally, internationally, because that guy looked Indian any had a polo shirt.
Why are these people on here if they won't give anybody a chance?
A full-out chest shot, and it was
Oh,
gone so
next.
fast. Come on, you could have thought of 3 jokes for that
I
one.
know. I could have said it's Richard Hatch.
I wouldn't call it a... Is this guy jerking off? Quick. Let me describe the scene. This guy is either jerking off or leaning over. What did you say? Hey, Stig? What does that mean?
He looks like Matty Ribel's cousin or stepbrother.
So
whose
he'll
name
get that
is
reference,
Stig.
this guy,
Yeah.
surely.
Maybe you just think it's
I don't even think Matt Ribel gets that reference.
It's kind of like Stud. Let's see if he writes us back. Or should
Yeah,
I next him?
He's either... Yeah, next this guy.
I want to go.
Because he's been typing for a long... Oh, he just looked at us and then switched us off.
Oh, I was going to go, never mind.
He only just now noticed. So he was jerking off because I thought he was typing that whole time. But then I see the computers on the other side. This is fascinating.
Yeah, that was a good one. Still no ladies.
We're not going to stop until we get a lady. Do I dare say that?
Yeah,
We don't stop until we get a lady or your daughter wakes up.
I dare you. Next.
And think of a sleazy line to immediately say to the first girl.
Well, this site is just not user-friendly. By that, I mean the users are very unfriendly. They don't even give us a chance,
Okay, are we done with this then? Future segment, possibly?
I guess.
We'll go do it at a coffee shop next time.
I'm sort of addicted now.
I know. That's what I hear about this thing. I totally understand. And imagine if I
That's
wasn't
what
here
I
and you
wanna-
could be jerking off.
I do want to find, like, one guy. It's probably going to be a guy who's, like, in a restaurant and he's jerking off on chat roulette.
Yeah, because that's got to be the big next move. Oh, we had something, and then it was gone. Yeah, that's got to be the big next move is, like, not only am I jerking off, but I'm jerking off onto the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. So it crashed again.
Okay, we're done with this then. Better idea than it was an execution? Yes, no?
Well, I mean,
I don't know. Promise to repeat?
it did its it did its purpose in that I'm probably going to go back to it when my internet's a little faster.
Because of all the guys you saw?
Because I like the idea of going on there and talking a little shit. It seems a little too much like Full Tilt Poker's chat rooms.
Right, you are, even before that, like when we were teenagers, didn't you get big jollies off of going into AOL chat rooms
Oh yeah.
and fucking with people's shit?
Me and my should have been girlfriend Barbara used to do that. We'd go in there from our respective AOL accounts and incite riots in chat rooms.
What was your name on AOL?
I had a lot of different names. They were all lame too. One was the last one was Skeet Knob.
Right, which I never minded. In fact, our Uncle Barry threatened to name a band that once.
Yeah.
And it was based on a word that came to you in a dream?
Well, I
though-
dreamed that I played in a band called Skeet Knob.
All right. But you didn't see the word Skeet Knob in your dream?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well,
People
Batman,
say
Batman the Animated Series taught
Yeah.
me, I think it was the Riddler, in fact, specifically, taught us that you can't read in your dreams.
Yeah, well,
Is that valid?
I've read a lot in my dreams. Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's a little blurry, but I'm a pretty smart guy. I'm a reader, is all I'm saying. But I think my first screen name was Foxtrot 820.
Foxtrot referring to the comic strip that we
'Cause
love so much?
I couldn't think of any screen name, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be something. I picked Foxtrot from the comic strip.
Which probably had a lot of random guys hitting on you.
Yeah, it sure did. How foxy are you? And then I was like, Wiggum
Age, sex,
1053.
oh my god, you were that guy.
I think it went then to Skeet Knob and then to Inconvenient, which has stuck.
And Inconvenient, will that still be your production company's name?
Yeah.
Once upon a time.
Or publishing company, you know.
Whatever company I would finally
Record
get behind.
company, an Inconvenient record.
What if
But
you
see-
managed
but
a
see,
record company?
I will say this for anyone, and it was dumb, but I had it was going to be called Inconvenient Productions, and this was way
yeah, we had an
before-
episode title.
But it used to impress people a lot more before An Inconvenient Truth came out. Now that may have been an important movie. I don't know. I don't know what your politics are,
Did you see it?
but I think I saw like half of it. I don't remember anything about it. But
So it wasn't important
now,
to you.
because the whole thing before that was it was so clever because it would say, you know, like Paramount presents an inconvenient production,
Yeah.
or an inconvenient film.
I
It
like
sounded
that.
so good, but then An Inconvenient Truth came out, so everyone thinks it's
You
a
know what
play on
actual
that.
production company kind of works off that same angle? and I like is Working Title Productions.
Yeah,
Come on, that's sweet.
that one gets old. It's not as good as Inconvenient. Anyway, there's my $1 million idea, but yeah, that was my last screen name. How do we get on screen names? I just got off yours. Dumb.
I knew it was headed there too, and yet that was a genuine guffaw.
How do we get on screen names?
I don't know. I just got off yours.
Man, that's too bad. You know what I remembered the other day? This is a mean mom story, and we might have to cut it.
Before we cut it, which we obviously won't, I should probably find a fresh beer for this. Go on.
Okay. So I was over at Nick Orlando's house last night, and we were watching this documentary, Tall, Hot, Blonde.
Which you just told me about, and is now
getting a lot of buzz.
Sitting atop my Netflix queue.
Yeah.
Tall, Hot, Blonde.
And it has to do with, I don't want to spoil anything like I did for Nick earlier.
Yeah.
But
you spoiled everything for me
yeah,
today.
I spoiled Lost for you.
And the Kennedy assassination, that was unexpected.
Fuck. What was I saying?
Oliver Stone, JFK.
No.
Your thoughts, your feelings. Tall, Hot, Blonde.
Oh, yeah. So it's about just like internet romance. Like a guy pretends to be 18 and gets this 18-year-old girl to fall in love.
You don't have to tell me.
So there you go. But there's lots of twists and turns, and it's got all the chat logs. Anyway, it reminded me, and I told Nico about this, and I want to see if you remember. And we might have to cut it out.
You always say that, and we never do.
Yeah.
Just get past that.
We really might have to Joey Gladstone this one. Do you remember once? I remember, I just remember parts of it. Like, Mom was, bawling her eyes out one night and sobbing to Dad. And this is after the computer already started to tear up our life. It tore up our brothership, that's for sure.
Is that true?
Yeah.
No, I mean brothership. A word, is that true?
Once Swirly T came into the picture, it was over.
That's true.
Although
I do remember a heart-to-heart we had in that one of 3 visits that she made to Tacoma to come see me, supposedly, but really to flirt with her cousin. Because I had grossed you out the night before by making out with her in front of, everybody. But that was the first time I'd made out, so I didn't care. I've covered that before, but I don't think we talked about, our long walk, because the next day we walked to Fife from Tacoma, which took for fucking ever.
We took a cab there, we walked home.
Oh, that's right.
That's a cab I paid for.
Right.
I remember.
Okay. See, so you were there for me even when I wasn't for you.
Yeah.
But you were asking me on that walk back after we got kicked out by the parents because we weren't supposed to be there alone, what it felt like.
Oh, yeah.
To kiss a girl, to touch a boob, whatever. I don't know.
Oh, man.
We had a bonding moment for a second.
I'm starting to remember that, walking along the freeway.
Plus, I can't help but
remember. It was very Kerouac back then.
I can't help but remember the part of the Mansion cast where you admitted to jerking off to her picture before.
I said I may have. But you know what? Thinking back,
I know everybody turned that episode off 3 minutes in, so I had to fill them in on the good stuff.
I said I may have. I honestly don't remember. I'd like to think I did. But okay, so obviously, and then Barry met his girlfriends, his ex-wife, his next wife, all on the internet.
His next ex-wife,
all on AOL. And the Mom at one point was talking to her ex-husband, remember?
Right.
Our brother's dad.
Right. Okay. So let's say Mom had a husband before Dad, before I was born.
And let's be as nice as possible.
What do you mean? I don't even know anything about the guy. How could I trash him?
No, I'm talking about to Mom.
Since when?
For Mom.
This is for Mom. Mom, this one's for you.
I heard she's frail right now.
Yeah, we'll get to that also. But here's what I know about Mom's ex-husband. This is pre-us, obviously.
Stories we heard. Is that what you're going into?
Yeah.
And by the way, there's still more to their story.
Okay. Do you want to go that?
No. Just don't let me forget.
Okay. The stories I've heard.
It's all you.
I don't know how long she was married to this guy, but what I heard was he was a drug dealer. I don't know what drugs he dealt. Or what he was into. I don't know, when that was first revealed to me when I was 12 or 13, I assumed pot because it was the only drug I knew, and the most horrifying thought ever.
I remember earlier stories being much younger than 12 and hearing stories about people at their house who, like, she vacuumed up all the cocaine in the living room.
Oh, I've never heard that.
And someone at the party, like, ripped open the vacuum bag and was snorting it out of the vacuum bag.
Well, who hasn't done that?
I remember
in a time
hearing
of
that
need?
story as a young child.
Wow. Did you know what cocaine was as a young child?
Yeah, I had a picture of it. I from what I remember, sure.
What do you mean you had a picture of it?
Well, in my mind. I was always. I'm
I
sure
thought you meant you had like a blow poster sitting above your bed.
The honest answer is that, like, that was around the time I used to watch that Life Stories Families in Crisis show.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure they showed it on there. I saw steroids. I saw Ben Affleck's ass.
Young Sam Rockwell snorts a line.
Yeah, exactly. Man, every episode has someone on that. That show is really a launching ground.
Yeah. Okay, you got HBO. Okay. Where were we? I also heard that he threw Mom, like, literally out on the street in her underwear at one point.
Yeah.
Which is a nice visual for anybody that knows her.
I remember that story.
And
I remember being at the daycare. It's when it was Grandma's daycare, but Mom was working there. It was like her apprenticeship. Like, I had heard that story the night before, and I was telling it to everybody, like, at the breakfast table. And, like, Mom and Grandma were there, and, like, they heavily scolded me about...
You got a timeout?
Yeah. Like, why are you telling that story? But I was very young. Why would you tell your kid that story?
Yeah.
Like, the other
Is she
day...
just talking casually
the
to
other
Dad,
day,
and you're, like, listening, eavesdropping, or...
Well,
or she's telling
you know
it
how
to
it was.
you.
We're sitting there in the room, and
Right.
they're having their conversation, you know, and it's
Yeah.
always shit talk this,
So
shit talk that.
at what age does
shit
that
talk
stop
Joe, shit talk
for
Sally?
Because we pretty much have very candid conversations in front of your daughter, but she's 2,
Yeah.
and she's watching whatever's on TV
And you
or
know what?
playing with her toys.
Perfect example. The other day I'm watching Bad Lieutenant with Sophie. Now,
The new Bad Lieutenant?
no, the old one.
Ooh, even worse.
So if she goes to the babysitter's house and, like, pulls down her son's pants and puts a belt around his neck, I'm just saying, like, I'm going to realize that I shouldn't have watched that movie with her, but I'm not going to blame her for it.
Yeah. Okay, I was just curious.
Like,
about
you
that.
can't tell that story to a little... It's like the most amazing story you've ever heard as a little kid. Yeah, anyway. But
Hold on, not to bring
Okay.
the mood down. One other important thing, and I know this is the thing that you're probably most worried I was going to make fun of, and I'm not, but I think it's important to note that Mom technically had a child with this man before I was ever born.
well, she literally had a child with this man.
Yeah, I don't know why I said technically. She literally did.
Oh.
And our listeners' minds are blown right now because why haven't we heard about the oldest brother?
I'm sure we've mentioned it.
In passing, but
There's
never...
always a joke.
Okay, so...
There's always a good joke. I miss him.
See, that's a joke in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, long before, probably not long before, but before she met Dad, while she was still with this guy, she went into labor with this kid, and I guess the story is that his name was Ronnie, right?
Uh-huh.
And I guess the story is that she started to have him on the way to the hospital,
Uh-huh.
on the ambulance ride, and incompetent. What is it? Is that
EMTs, they were like pushing it back in or holding it in or something.
right? Something that caused supposed major damage.
This is
obviously that
also-
is the case, unless she could also have been drug addled and pregnant and just never told us that side.
Well, maybe. But this also, I think, any Criminal Minds buff will tell you, was a trigger in her life to being a bad mother. Like,
Wearing that sweater does not make
it was
you read
it was the ultimate fail to have a kid that died.
right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So,
she was probably just resigned to fail as a mother from the get-go, from Jump Street, as I like to say.
Right, but okay, he died,
Jump
I guess, when he was 3 days old
3
or something.
days,
Yeah.
kidney failure, something like that.
Uh-huh. And then I don't know how much later it was that she met Dad and then had me out of wedlock. But don't you think that...
conceived you out of wedlock?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And her big joke to me was that I was 6 months premature because her and Dad...
Seven, buddy.
Yeah, okay.
They were only married 2 months before you were born.
Um,
In fact, it was more like 6 weeks.
but don't you see, like, Mom having me...
It was their
and me-
anniversary the other day, by the way. It was their 30th anniversary.
Oh, I think about it every April 25th.
yeah.
Wait, Mom and Dad's?
Yeah.
No, we're only just getting started in April. April 25th is their anniversary.
Oh my God! I totally thought
You
never
celebrated all on your own, didn't you?
mind. On March 25th. I was thinking all day. It was
No way. How could you think that when April 25th was
No,
our fucking
but
Christmas?
I was in my mind. It was April 25th. I just lost track of the month.
Okay. School's really ruining your brain.
Or maybe I thought it was April 5th. That could have been it.
Either way, you're wrong.
Yeah.
It was exactly Christmas, except for 4 months later.
Anyway, 30 years.
So what? Okay, so mom has
Rest in peace to that marriage.
and to Ronnie.
And to Ronnie.
So she has a bad break with that
Ronnie
first.
Jr. Ronnie Jr.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. Dad was married once before too.
Yeah.
It amazes me to know that
He had some stepkids.
Yeah, but not ones that he helped her conceive.
No.
Oh, I guess that's what
why
makes
they're
them
stepkids. Yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
an idiot.
I want to get back to this thing that mom did. We've given a lot of backstory. We have.
I have one more thing to add to this
Okay.
Ronnie situation.
Okay.
And then we're back.
But the thing is, the story has nothing to do with her ex-husband.
Well, why you started that way is
I
bewildering to
didn't
me.
know what it would turn into. To be
Okay.
honest.
We never do. That's the charm. I just want to say, like you said, mom will never love again because she lost her first child, but then she had me, and I almost died too, supposedly.
Yeah.
A lot of dramatics, mom's births. Although you were just a fat kid, you were like 10 pounds out of
Yeah.
the womb.
I just made them miserable from Jump Street.
But
Miserable from Jump Street.
don't you think with after Ronnie and then my almost supposedly dying, shouldn't she have loved me most of all? Like I'm the one that's stuck.
I think.
And,
Who do you think she loves most of all?
she didn't write me a letter from the loony bin.
Dude, answer the question honestly. Who do you think mom loves the most?
Sophie, for sure.
Nick. That's
Out of the three of us?
The crazy thing is that every time I say this, when I say Barry loved you more, our cousin Sean loved you more, mom loved you more, you're always like, what? How can you think? But it's ridiculous. It's so obviously true.
Well, in
that
mom's case, yeah.
I don't know why you're denying it.
No,
I'll
no,
admit
no.
that Dad liked me more.
What?
You don't think so?
Let's talk about
You
this.
think Dad liked you more?
I was just stringing you along. I understand that because of your and mom's sordid history, you're fucking like at
Which
each other's
started at
throats.
Jump Street.
Quit saying that.
But it did. It started from day one. So she
So
always
say that. Don't
loved
say
you
Jump
more.
Street anymore.
She always loved you more. I think Dad liked me
Including
a little more.
Up through
Maybe because if Mom had not gotten pregnant with you and had just gotten an abortion like he probably asked her to, he wouldn't have had to get married to her.
Oh, so you're saying I am responsible for all of their misery?
I'm saying Dad might think that, and he'd be justified.
Is that why he's not taking?
I blame you for my existence.
Is that why he's not talking anymore? Strike that reverse in. I hear he asked about me even still.
Hey! Just remember, you cut him out. You cut him out. You made an empty threat. You swore you were gonna go through with it, and you cut him.
Hey,
out.
I'm still contacting social services. I want to have one last heart to heart with her. sister.
Still on hold.
Okay, P-Day, let's go back to you.
Okay. So anyway, Mom was crying her eyes out, and she had been carrying on an internet sort of love affair with some guy, and I remember Elvis was in his screen name, and
Classy.
you know, much like the documentary Tall Hot Blonde, like they fell in love. Like these people, even though it was a 47-year-old guy, like he was pretending to be a 18-year-old sniper, and he was engaged to this woman, and they'd have cyber sex, and they show it in the documentary. Anyway,
What do you mean they show it? They show the transcriptions.
yeah,
don't
they show it, but they show it like to music and stuff.
Sweet.
It's real classy.
like
though.
you've never had cyber sex.
It's
separate
really
podcast,
the
but-
documentary is really good, and it's told like a fairy tale. It really is, and you keep rooting because he always talks about from jail. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, too many.
They show it right from the very beginning. He's talking about how he just wanted out of it, but he couldn't resist it. Anyway, so Mom was carrying on this internet love affair with a guy, and turns out after everything had ended that
Can I stop you real quick?
what.
Was his favorite sandwich a peanut butter and banana sandwich?
That's a good one. I was convinced it was going to be awful before you told it. So, not that you need my approval.
I really do.
So she had tried to break it off with him. He said he was going to commit suicide. Basically, from what I remember, it was that it came down to like, here I am, I'm pulling the trigger right now, and then like Elvis whatever signed off and deleted his screen name. So she's convinced that he killed himself, even though
It's just
a
a
dead
16-year-old fucking with her.
and how could he delete his screen name after that? So she was convinced.
Good point.
And so like, and I just remember her like spilling all the beans to Dad, admitting everything to Dad.
Admitting
And,
what though? The cyber sex.
I don't even know if it was cyber sex, just that she was having a cyber affair, and I'm sure that they talked about running away together,
Right.
and I'm sure it was
this
like
a local man? Do we have any idea?
kid. I don't remember that. We should ask her on episode 100.
Yeah, we keep teasing episode 100 and the amazing family guest we'll finally have.
It'd be nice.
Let's hope that's true.
It'd be nice if Dad was a little cooler and we could get him on episode 100.
I'm not talking to him.
Because that would be okay. Well, it's not going to happen anyway. So let's say before you disfellowshipped him from your life, before all of that, if it was like 20 episodes ago, and it was like, oh, Dad's like actually cool enough to where he'll be on the podcast, you would want that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If we could be honest with him, but the thing is, he's just too corny now. Like, he won't admit anything, and
I wouldn't necessarily.
But he brings it up all the time.
Brings up what, the show?
No. He brings up like mistakes made in raising us all the time, but like I don't feel like I can call him out on it.
You don't think you get it on a microphone?
No, well, I'm not even talking about that. That was a drunk ramble. I was distracted. I thought I heard Sophie crying.
I do hear her.
Oh, is she crying?
Real quick though.
Okay.
There's one other thing I want to talk about. Just going back to Mom and her weird internet love affair. The only reason I went into that whole thing with her first husband is because she also reconnected with him on the internet.
Yeah.
And he worked for Nabisco, and she was going to run away with him too. And then the one last thing, Mom was really weird about her Mom in her AOL days. Guys, you have no idea. She
didn't type with the home row. That was annoying.
I still don't. She would seek people out, like in chat rooms, like depression chat rooms, and pretend to be a grief counselor.
Do
you remember that? You were the one that first tipped me off to that. We looked at her AOL profile, and she said her profession was grief counselor, and she would later like leave.
Did she mean it like ironically?
No. Does Mom mean anything ironically?
That's true.
No. She just wanted like the scoop, I guess. Watching all my children, she was starving for drama. I don't know, but she would give people like bogus advice. Clearly, she's the one to take advice from.
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't remember that.
No, I don't. And that's something I really want to talk about, too. But you hear Sophie crying?
I did.
Brotherhood, are out of control. They would crash the airwaves with a microphone. So sit down tight and listen close. All the ladies now take off your clothes.